Good day to everyone and welcome to the Aaron Roussos podcast. The podcast that peels away from the onion and leaves us with a healed core truth that is a knowing. It's a bit of a soul knowing. And today's podcast is quite a short one. I'm going to do it as I'm driving home from a numerology workshop. And this one is, I guess, all my podcasts are usually topics that I see out there that people are grappling with. Sometimes they don't know the full truth. Sometimes it is the full truth, and I'd just like to make a comment on it. This one is popped up a few times in my feed about extraterrestrial contact. There is a different, one of them was Bashar, some guy that channels and stuff like that. And he said that at the end of 2025, start of 2026, extraterrestrials were going to make themselves known to us. And they were going to do first so with through government. Or make contact with government, I said, which is very convenient for anyone that wants to tell a story. Extraterrestrials have been here. It's in my book. It's written in my book. They've been here for over 60 years. They see us as beings of light, and we can vaporize them with our consciousness and intent if we need be. But I also go on in the book to say that we have a Merkaba, and it's a little bit like our energy field. They say about 8 feet. And the Merkaba, I could, be sitting in your Merkaba. You could be sitting in mine, and our higher selves could be getting some coherence on topics. And sometimes, I might give in to your information and vice versa. So that Merkaba is can only be seen with quantum sight. Something we don't have yet. It's coming. It'll definitely get here one day. So we've got this thing called the Merkaba. And when we can see with our quantum sight, we don't have instruments just yet in the 3D world or 4D linear world to measure or to look at these things. But when we do, we're going to see these beautiful things in the Merkaba that are an iridescent, I think in the book I said that it was an iridescent purple that was going to signify that we're awakened and we're heading towards a graduate planet. A planet that has ascended, the collective, most of us, we're always going to be like school. There's always going to be the year 12s and there's always going to be the year 7s. But as a collective, if we were, as a collective, on our way to ascension and being a graduate planet. And the first marker of that is we don't kill ourselves. Kill each other, not ourselves. So we're not even there yet. We're so young and compared to the whole bigger scheme of things. So therefore, the comments that I've seen, not just from Bashar but others, about this definite, and people have said, these people that have predicted this have predicted other things at 100% accuracy. So they've predicted 100% accuracy that we're going to have extraterrestrial contact, and they're going to make themselves known so that it's known by all of us by the end of 2025, start of 2026. That's what is being said. Now, I'm going to tell you that no extraterrestrial, no alien life is going to come anywhere near planet Earth for a very long time. It could even be at least 2 generations. You see, we're not awake at all. In fact, we are very low in consciousness. Even though we're going through a shift and it's a huge awakening of epic proportions right now, the fact remains that the aliens, extraterrestrials, whatever you want to call them, it's in the book also, what they are, who they are, and how we're related to them. DNA is not isolated just to here on Earth. It goes right throughout the whole galaxy. So, spaceship comes, sits just outside Earth, and it looks down and it looks at the planet. And what does it see? It sees the Gaia grid, it sees the crystalline grid, magnetic grid. With quantum sight, you can see certain things and you know what they are. You know, we see gravity as waves, and that's why we can't, we think that it can't be changed. So our little friends are just sitting out there in their spaceship and they look at Earth and they go, oh, we're looking for a pattern of mainly, collectively, say 85% purple, iridescent, beautiful coloured, which means we're awakened. Because unless we're that beautiful, translucent purple colour, we're dangerous. Yeah, we're dangerous. So the spaceship will look down at us and it'll look and it'll go, oh, no, there's nowhere near the amount of purple that is required. Even the awoken people have done so in such a 3 or 4D linear way that even their awakening is not fully, because the higher you go in consciousness, the less you say. Do you get it? Who is, we're all part of the Creator. He is the ultimate as far as consciousness goes, and consciousness is being awareness and knowing and stuff. So he can't even tell us that we're praying wrong as to be unloving. Do you understand? The higher you go in consciousness, the less you say. So our little alien friends are out there and they look at us and they go, oh, they are nowhere near ready. And off they go. And they've already been waiting 1,000,000 years or so. They are our family and they're going to one day introduce themselves. And they're going to be like us, maybe a little bit taller. So basically, all of these predictions that we're going to have contact next year, the year after, I can hand on heart definitely say this will never happen. It can't happen. Where we are now, the amount of ground that would have to be made up to be where we are now in low consciousness to a state of ascended planet status cannot be done in 1 or 2 years. It's a hard stretch to have it done in 2 generations or 2 generations. 100 years. What can speed up the process and make it happen faster is the collective consciousness of the planet, us waking up. Are we waking up in epic proportions? Yeah, more so than normal. But the collective is still nowhere near seeing our galactic family. It's not going to happen. It can't happen. It's an impossibility. But you would only see this if you're of higher consciousness. Because when you're in higher consciousness, when I get the transmission, when I'm tuned in, when I'm getting synchronicities, downloads, and then I test those downloads and I can get them beyond a reasonable doubt, then I know how the Creator that I work with and my entourage and my guides and my higher self, I know how they operate. I know that they're all in cooperation over there, so I can use filters to see whether it will be a reality or it will be something that the spiritual side of us, which none of us fucking live in that world, would do. We're here on a 3D, 4D linear world where, a 4D linear human being does not mix well with a multi-dimensional spiritual creator. Therefore, you have to relearn to be able to communicate with this energy. So on all of those people predicting we're going to be talking to aliens. We're not going to be talking to aliens for at least 100 years. 50 years if we all start accelerated waking up, but we're in the middle of a shift. Everything's cycling, frequencies are raising, the earth frequency has doubled, and we're having spikes of even 4 or 5 times that right now. So there are things happening, but the truth of it is that the slow, uncomfortable change is going to continue, because the collective is what needs to be quantumly advanced to get to that graduate planet status for us to see our family. And they're not going to come here until it's safe. And at the moment, it's not safe. So that's all I've got to say on that. I've consulted upstairs. I've consulted over the veil. And they're all in absolute agreement with me on that one. So if you do hear that, not true. Sorry about that. Anyway, have a great day. Aaron Russo's podcast. Woohoo!